Hi, this is Steve Trone, Director of Teaching and Learning for District 196, coming to you again via screencast with an update on our learning and technology vision for the spring and then moving into next fall, and highlighting some opportunities for teachers here, coming up with some application windows this week. I want to cover 4 topics today, and I thank you for your time and attention to this week. The first topic is I want to give you a very brief update on our current beta groups to remind people of those groups. I want to talk about a revised proposed one-to-one rollout timeline for our district. I want to highlight new beta opportunities and the application window for that again starting this week. And then I also want to take some time to talk about learning management system and an opportunity for teachers to be involved as we study selecting one system for our district. All of this work regarding the learning technology vision is centered on that vision created by the Learning Technology Task Force and the idea of preparing our students for success in a digital world by creating that dynamic student learning experience in our classrooms enhanced by technology. When we look at this vision, we keep coming back to this and we focus on what we call the outer ring. And that's the question of how our students and staff in all of our classrooms using digital resources to access and analyze information, collaborate and communicate, problem solve, innovate, and create. This past year, it's been great to see 4 beta groups really starting to bring that vision to life, namely the one-to-one beta group. We've had 46 teachers that have established a one-to-one environment in the classrooms across grades 4 through 12. It's been great to be in those classrooms and to hear and see the stories from students and staff in terms of what that dynamic student learning experience looks like when that access is there one-to-one 24/7. The other beta groups throughout the year have been meeting regularly and having great conversations and professional development around different tools and about that dynamic student learning experience. We've had 40 teachers that have gathered together throughout the year to talk about how they are using existing technology in the classrooms, whether it be Chromebooks or iPads or other technology in the district. So great conversations there focused on the vision. We've also had a group of instructional leaders, so instructional coaches, media specialists, peer leaders, tech support. They've had similar conversations and training. And then a group of 25 administrators that pulled together with a parallel conversation about how to lead and foster an environment for that dynamic student learning experience within our schools. As we continue this work, beta, I wanted to bring us back to the 5-year plan as part of the learning technology vision and highlight where we're at now and also a revised timeline as to move towards one-to-one. As you can see here, 2014-15, we're in the middle of that first year of the 5-year plan, and we are growing capacity with those beta groups and also moving towards requesting funding through a referendum to support this vision along with the rest of the facilities and equipment task force's work. As we move into next year, you can see that the idea is to grow the beta groups, and I'll give you detailed information about that in just a minute here. And you can also see that we'll be working to further prepare the wireless infrastructure, and also if referendum funding is available, that we will start putting devices in teacher hands, mobile devices in teacher hands in advance of the student rollout. As we talk about the student rollout, we have a 3-year timeline for that. And I want to walk through kind of the latest proposal in that regard. We're proposing that we start actually with a rollout at all 3 levels, elementary, middle, and high school. And at the first year, the idea would be there would be grades 4, 7, and 9 with a one-to-one environment. You can also see in 16-17 that with referendum funding, we would also look to add Chromebook carts as well. And that's the task force fully recognizing that there is no one perfect device and different tools can work better for different purposes. So the idea is that the iPad mini is that personal learning device for students, also in the hands of staff, along with the staff laptops. And then also for students, you can see in the schools, Chromebook carts that are there as well for flexible use within the schools. Okay, going back to the one-to-one piece, grades 4, 7, to 9 in the first year. And then in year 2, the idea would be to grow it up, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 9, 10. You can also see on that slide the idea of increasing access for the pre-K3 levels, not one-to-one, but increased access at those grade levels. And then finally in the third year would be in grades 4 through 12, a full-scale one-to-one rollout. So we're professional development and support will be focused on 3 grade levels at a time as we roll this out, and then we'd be into after that last year, we'd be into a 3-year cycle where every year there would be devices with about a 3-year life that would be put into the system with referendum funding. So that's the idea. I just wanted to, again, highlight that. As we back up to where we are right now, in what I call phase 1, which is a 2-year phase for this school year. Next school year, the idea of growing the beta groups, I want to talk about beta opportunities that are available for staff this spring. There's an application attached to the email that goes along with the screencast, and there are 2 main opportunities for next year that we're excited about. The first one, brand new, is a chance for 75 teachers to be selected to receive an iPad mini and an Air server and corresponding professional development in May before the end of the school year. So teachers will receive that iPad mini and Air server before the end of the school year for use, and then through the summer and into the fall, be prepared to use those with their classroom instruction. This is not a one-to-one environment for those 75 teachers. Again, it's putting that tool in teachers' hands. The Air server, if you're not familiar with that, allows a teacher to walk around the room with an iPad mini wirelessly and send an image through the computer to the projector and to the screen at the front of the room. So it's a great tool. So the idea is to put the iPad mini and Air server in the hands of 75 teachers before the end of this school year. And teachers can apply for that by clicking on the link in the email with the screencast. The second opportunity that teachers might want to consider, and by the way, the first opportunity was for teachers in open all across the district pre-K-12. But the second opportunity is for folks in teachers grades 4 through 12, and that's again building capacity towards that one-to-one environment. We are going to continue with the existing 46 teachers for next year as teacher leaders in building capacity, but we're going to add 30 new teachers for a total of 76 teachers in a one-on-one environment for next year. So we encourage you to consider applying for either the one-to-one beta or for the teacher iPad mini and Air server beta. And again, please check out the link that's a part of this screencast email. Okay. Well, one more piece we need to move towards is a learning management system. So quick information about this. And first of all, if you want to learn more about this, there is a 2-page handout attached, a PDF document attached to this email with the screencast that can give you a lot more detail. But I want to highlight 3 things today. I want to talk briefly about what is a learning management system, talk about why we're exploring a learning management system across our district right now at this time, and finally how teachers can be involved in this study. The first thing I want to mention before talking further about learning management systems, every district that we studied that had gone towards a one-on-one environment, all of the districts consistently said that they strongly recommended a consistent LMS or learning management system tool for the district to fully enhance the one-to-one environment. And they talked about a huge benefit for students as they move across the system from grade level to grade level, school to school, middle to high school, and for students to have a consistent way, a consistent workflow of turning in work electronically if that is an appropriate option for an assignment, and to gain information or access information from teachers. So really that learning management system is a way to create that for students, staff, and parents. So what is an LMS? It's a software platform, okay, that is focused on facilitating workflows for teachers and students. Some of you may have been involved in graduate school work, and college or university might have had a learning management system of sorts that facilitated workflow for you for some of your classes, whether they be in-person classes or online classes or a combination of the two. An LMS simplifies and connects all the digital tools teachers use and tries to put them in one place. It enables enhanced workflows, less paper. It doesn't eliminate paper, it's less paper. Access to information, collaboration opportunities for students and students to teacher and student to student, and really fosters that dynamic communication. The idea is to serve as a central hub for the teaching and learning process for students and staff, and facilitate those digital conversations amongst students and between students and staff. So why now? Why look at a learning management system now? We have a variety of tools being used across the district right now in a variety of ways to communicate with students and also amongst staff, and also we have a variety of tools being explored to help students turn in work electronically when appropriate. Again, the value for students is instead of having one teacher use one tool and another teacher using one tool or school to high school and having a different way to turn in work. The idea is that it's a consistent set of tools provided across the district. And really, the idea is to have a consistent tool in place before we fully go into our one-on-one environment. So that's why starting the conversation now. We really believe that consistency for students and parents and staff will be powerful as we move forward towards one-to-one. So how can we get involved and what's the process here? The timeline is we're forming a study team now in February with the idea that that study team would work through a process to announce a recommendation before the end of the school year. So the recommendation be announced in May for what would long-term be the LMS, the district support LMS for our district. I'd also need to note that we would give special consideration to how existing tools would interconnect and interface with that recommended LS. For example, Colab. We've had great use of Colab across the district, and we want to continue to foster that. And then finally, implementation timeline. We're looking at having a recommendation by May, and then the idea that really the goal will be to transition as a district a year and a half later. So by the fall of 16, we would transition staff to using a consistent LMS tool, and that would coincide with the first year of the one-to-one rollout. So teachers have the option to explore and use LMS in the coming summer and the coming school year, and then we would transition all staff by the fall of 16 to that LMS tool for the district coinciding with the one-to-one rollout. We're looking to have a lot of teachers help us with this decision and recommendation. Again, I encourage you to look at the attached PDF for more information, and I encourage you to consider participating on the study team. There's a Google form link in the email, and you can go ahead and click on that link if you'd be willing and interested in to have a role on that study team. And again, we're looking for a lot of teachers across the district to help us with that exploration, that study, and that recommendation. Okay, to sum up things here, at the end of this screencast, again, the focus is always on the vision of what is that student learning experience, how do we make it dynamic, and what does it look like enhanced by technology. And then, again today, new beta opportunities. Please check out the Google Form application. The application window opens today. Learning management system, you'll be hearing more about that in the future. If you're interested in learning more, check out the PDF. And also, if you're interested in participating in that conversation, please submit the Google form. And then finally, I don't want to miss this opportunity to remind everyone about the April 24th CIA Institute. It's in our third year, and the focus this year is totally on the Dynamic Student Learning Experience vision. We're excited to have Alan November, author of Who Owns the Learning, here for a keynote, and then we're excited to have several staff members offering breakout sessions with a focus on integrating digital tools into teaching and learning. Thanks for your time. Have a good second half of the year. And if you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact me. Thank you.